Welcome back. Russia says Ukrainian attack drones targeted Moscow overnight for a third consecutive day, forcing airports in the Russian capital to temporarily close. Meanwhile, Ukraine says a mother and son were killed in its capital by Russian aerial attacks. This latest exchange comes as China's President Xi Jinping is set to begin a four-day visit to Russia today. CBS News foreign correspondent Anna Coren joins us now from Hong Kong with more on this. Good morning, Anna. What does President Xi want from his visit to Russia?
Well, there's a few things at play here. This is his 11th trip to Russia since he became president. He's there to obviously meet with Vladimir Putin. He's going to be signing strategic deals. We understand energy is involved, a potential gas pipeline from Russia to China. He's obviously also there for the military parade on Friday to commemorate the 80th anniversary of the Soviet Union's defeat of Nazi Germany. We understand Chinese troops will also be taking part in that military parade. But I don't think that we can overlook the importance of what this visit means. You know, it really underscores the no limits strategic partnership that is there between Russia and China. We know that Russia has been isolated over the last few years after its invasion of Ukraine. The Western sanctions have obviously affected it. Well, China has basically propped up Russia. It's its largest trading partner. It has bought the most Russian resources of any other country over the last few years. So really, without China, Russia's economy would not have kept going, nor would the war machine. We know that obviously President Trump has tried to make overtures to President Putin and seeing a thawing in relations and perhaps drive a wedge between Russia and China. Well, President Xi, he addressed that. He wrote an editorial that was published in the Russian press today. Let me read to you what he said. He said, China and Russia must firmly maintain post-war international order. He went on to say that the two sides should jointly resist any attempt to disrupt and undermine China-Russia friendship and mutual trust. So really, Errol, that is a pointed message to President Trump and his administration.
Well, I'm curious, Anna, what Putin and Xi might discuss on trade, because the messaging from China toward the U.S. seems to have changed in the past day or so. I know that the U.S. and Switzerland officials will discuss that, or I should say officials from China and the U.S. will discuss that in Switzerland this weekend. So what's new there?
Yeah, that's right. That news breaking overnight. It was confirmed by the Commerce Ministry of China this morning, and the Ministry of Foreign Affairs this afternoon out of China said that this was initiated by the United States. We know the US Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent and his delegation will be flying to Switzerland. We understand he'll be meeting with the Chinese Vice Premier He Lifeng and his delegation. And of course, there's great hope that finally the world's two largest economies are going to sit down, perhaps start discussions on a potential deal. But I think that we should have our optimism in check. This is going to take a long time. Currently, there are prohibitive tariffs from both countries on each other. So there is a lot to unpack here and work out a deal that is going to suit both countries, Errol.
Yeah, very important stuff. Anna Coren in Hong Kong. Thank you.